think while I was sitting here as a student, we had pagers, flip phones. I think we had cable and we listened to Outkast. I think you all had, let's see, iPhones, Netflix, and the baby. So yes, some things are different, right? But some things are the same. I want to talk about some of those things are the same. Because I want you to be armed with enough information as you matriculate through high school. And then especially for my seniors, as you go across a stage similar to this in a few months, I want to prepare you, or at least share with you what you're going to embrace. And so we're here to celebrate. You all are the top of your class. You excel at academics. You understand work ethic. You understand what it means to study hard. You understand what it means to have discipline and engage in your core curriculum subjects as well as your co-curriculum and your extracurricular subjects as well. But I want to talk about life for a minute. And I want to use me as an example, and then I'm going to put it back on you. When I finished Shays Valley High School, I knew at the time I spent here, I was prepared to go off to college. Went off to college, and this little small private school on a red clay hill called Morehouse College that was next door to Spelman College. We can talk about that later. But I had an opportunity to be exposed to people from all over the United States and other countries as well. And what you realize is this: as hard as you work, as much of a work ethic you have in studying, the discipline you have, prepares you for the classroom. But there are other important things you have to learn here that needs to prepare you for how to interact with other people, how to problem solve, how to engage in conflict, and most importantly, what does an L mean? Now, many of you all may think an L means taking a loss. And so I finished Morehouse College. I go off to law school. I finished law school, and I dabbed in politics for a while. Now, at a certain point, I knew I wanted to be a lawyer and practice law. I wanted to practice criminal law, be in the courtroom, to advocate for victims and figure out a way to make life better for folk who have been victims of crime. But it took a while to get there. The first time I took the bar, I failed. And then I want you to know the second time I took the bar, I failed it as well. Then I eventually passed and was a lawyer for 8 years. I got an opportunity to not only practice, but be in the courtroom, select on jury trials, and then being able to advocate for victims, because that's what I wanted to do. Then I found myself entering politics and in the political world. First time I ran for office, I took an L as well. I lost that election. I came back, I won, and then I won again, and now I'm standing before you. Little years later, based on sitting where you are, and now the mayor of my hometown. The L does not mean loss, students. So now I'm speaking directly to you. The L doesn't mean loss. The L means a lesson. I want you to be reminded that in life, as you are at the top of your class, again, as you work hard, again, as you have the work ethic, again, as you have the discipline to be successful in the classroom, at a certain point, you will run into an L. And you need to remember that the L is not a loss, but there is a lesson in losing. And the lesson is this: it is incumbent upon you to get back up. It is incumbent upon you to try again. It is incumbent upon you to try harder. It is incumbent upon you to take the time and figure out why it didn't work the first time, so you can make sure when you try the second time that you are actually successful. Right now is good. We're loving on you and celebrating you. But I want you to realize the way life works, at a certain point, you may hit a wall. And that wall may be the opposite of a outright success story when you want it. But the time will come for you to have what you want, as long as there's preparation, as long as there's work ethic, as long as there's commitment, as long as there's dedication and a sense of urgency. Now, the beauty of this conversation I'm having with y'all, a lot of y'all go to church, is the equivalent of this. We're in the second service, and this is the choir, so I'm speaking to the choir. Y'all already heard what I've said before. But it's good as the top of the class in your individual classes to be reminded seniors and other students. The adults you see sitting behind you love you. They cherish you. They value you. They pour into you. They want you to be successful. And if most parents are being honest, they want you to be better than them. They want you at a certain point in life to do better than they did. And they've created pathways for you to be successful. The same goes for these adults you all see here, coming to the school every day as principals, assistant principals, counselors, teachers, and other staffers are committed to making sure you all are successful every single day. Pouring into you, making sure you get the knowledge and information you need to be able to go out here into the world when you finish and walk across the stage, to be able to do whatever you want in the military, college, or straight to the workforce. And that leaves one last adult group, and that's me. I want you to know that I'm proud of you. I want you to know that you have a long way to go. I want you to know that success, you all are already tapping into the ingredients to success. But don't stop. High school is not necessarily an ending point. Being at the top of the class where you are in your individual classes is not an ending point. It's a starting point. I'm reminded that when I got up to college, so now I'm speaking to my seniors, you're in the middle of it. I'm reminded when I got to college that everybody was in the top of their class from high schools all over the nation. Everybody was the homecoming queen at Spelman, right across the park, from all over the nation. Everybody was the senior quarterback on their football team from all across the nation. And I can go on and on about everyone being at the top of their class. What will separate you when you actually enter the real world is this: the ability to double down on your work ethic, and the ability to never judge yourself based on what others are doing. And third, the L is not a loss, it's a lesson. Remember the lesson and try again. That's my message to you this morning. Congratulations to each of you. I'm proud of you, and at some point maybe the principal will let me high five a couple of y'all. Thank you.
Scheduled today to come back to your former high school and speak to our top 20 students. Even more than that, I want to thank you for the positive spirit with which you lead the city of Birmingham. You are a true role model, and we are so proud that you're from Shades Valley High School.